Hey everybody, welcome to BombSquad. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story. And RPG MRE. Oh, nice guys.
I
wasn't even looking at you.
cut.
I thought it was a team.
Oh, it was direct eye contact.
It was like when
uncomfortable direct eye contact, and
you're
just
like
invaded.
when your crush looks at you across the room, but she's not looking at you. And
We should do.
So wait, who's the crush?
We should do a series of all the romance things where they're looking at each other across the room, and David just slowly slides in between Craig with a chip. Yeah. Oh, dear. Well done. Okay. RPG MRE.
Yeah, I ate it all. much to his dismay. It was black bean chips. Some extra protein and salty. I like it. And I also drank my ashwagandha. Sorry, I will forever now do that now. Stress relief for a long, long night.
Yes.
In prep for a long night?
What did I say?
You said
In preparations.
for a long night.
Oh. Stress relief.
Oh, that's
for
better.
a
That's
long
better.
night. Yeah, I should say it that way.
I think more of us need stress
we made
relief, but there probably are a few people out there that just aren't stressed tonight that probably just need to drink something salty.
Wait,
That's true.
there's one more.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can that count?
It's like sacred.
I said Pimham's going to have
definitely
something in the
counts.
chat.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it counts for something.
Understood. 9 to go.
All right. So, with that being said, what did we do?
Didn't we do
I had to be ready.
We did chip
Okay,
last.
you know what? I'm really excited at how awake David is. So let's dive into the readiest episode of BombSquad.
Yeah! Ivar!
And we dive back in.
That was the belly flop sound.
You know what?
I'm awake! We knocked somebody over, lifting our arms up, and he fell in first.
Say Alex is deaf now.
You know,
Sorry, Alex.
it's funny. I don't know if this is true. It's probably not. But when you were talking last episode about the female Bohan, a little bit older,
Yes.
that was fighting
I did
alongside.
not think you were going to say Bohan.
Okay.
Sorry, keep going.
I instantly thought of that one Bohan lady that was the worshiper of the All Mother that was knocked into the water.
Oh, yeah.
Is that her?
No,
Oh.
it wasn't. No,
Okay.
no. This one was a little beefier and older.
A little beefier?
Yes, I
Thank
know why.
you.
I like it.
I knew Austin would appreciate that.
I'm hungry.
Behind the scenes, you can find out who it was. I'll tell the
Bohan
guys
who's
off
fasting
camera.
spiritually.
Well,
lean beef.
Hey!
all right. We dove back in.
Oh,
He's 90-10.
90-10. I always like me an 80-20.
Ryan's uncomfortable now.
I'm just connecting dots that shouldn't be connected in my head.
Stop.
Stop.
There are no dots. Go back to the ocean.
There are no
Float
dots.
in the void.
I'm in the blackness alone. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, with no worry.
T-pose.
All right. We're just really serious.
Oh, no.
I just
Because
got that song, Ain't No Trouble, stuck in my head. And I'm picturing a cow.
And we dive back
yes,
Bohan.
yeah,
Sorry,
we may have
we
to.
digress.
Episode 1.
To be honest, and we dive back in. Oh, you guys don't know what you missed. Don't know what
Dan
you
just
missed.
reset us. He hit the hard reset button.
Yes.
Hard reset.
But in fairness, Zach pointed to the button, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do that."
He got the paper clip out and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's get back into this. I'll have to
Okay.
do it again, right? Are we ready?
Yep.
Threatening me?
Okay. Only with a good time. Skål, everyone. Thank you very much. Side note, we will hit 200 episodes next month.
Wow.
Awesome.
Holy moly.
Sorry.
We'll have to do something fun.
Weren't you saying something from the, that game?
Narnia?
Ryan,
BBC Narnia, yeah.
𝒔𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒂
Oh, wasn't that?
Age of Mythology.
Asian mythology. Thank you.
There.
I thought you were saying it from
I
that.
wasn't, but I'll take
alright.
it. Yeah, sure. I was.
Let's go.
Okay, careful. We're about to reset again.
Sorry.
Behind the scenes content. Check it out. And as you guys tumble into you walk as you come in as a group, pulling Brick along with you, pulling him out of the darkness and the emptiness into Idalia's field with your deity patrons there waiting for you. As everyone is taking in this moment and this time where actually everything does feel still and warm. There's always light here. There's always a gentle wind blowing. You can hear animals peacefully chirping and skittering about. But for Quinn, I think you notice that things are a little more subdued than you remember them in this time. And there is a dark cloud at the edge of the horizon. So the threat can never fully be forgotten, even in this place, as the threat is surrounding all the places of light. And as all of you, for the first time being here, are just taking in the glory, you are in a spiritual realm, especially for those born in Anwen and understanding what that means. You're standing where few mortals tread. And I think, Brick, there's a lot going on where something in that moment changed. Ajax is very removed right now, too. I mean, he's still there, there's functions, but you can, in this intimate relationship you have with your AI, you can tell he's processing for what for an AI would be a massive amount of time. For Quinn, you can feel that kind of warm glow you always feel from the crystal in your forehead is starting to fade. And I think everyone will hear the footsteps of someone standing behind you. And it's Arkeero. You're Arkeero. Standing there. And
Like, really standing there?
yeah. Yep. If you look, for those who think they would notice, Quinn's gem in his forehead is not glowing at all anymore. There's not that ring, that slight hum you can usually hear. And Arkeero stands next to his brother. And I'm totally going to just dump it on you. But what do you think in that moment?
He coming from behind.
Yeah. I was thinking because a lot of times you pull that sword out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where would be the sword? Arkeero is standing behind you.
I would say this: if Quinn is in the front, facing his mom and Marosha and the grandfather and the Phoenix, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's in the front. He's in his home. He's feeling a little bit stronger. Some of that fatigue has definitely left his body. He's starting to smell those smells that he grew up with. He's feeling good. He's home. He's feeling better. He's not feeling great.
Yes.
But he's feeling better, right? And I get this vision of the party, the team, kind of spaced out behind him, and Arkeero walks through them, and one by one he'll touch, as he passes them, he'll touch a shoulder, he'll touch an arm, and it's this recognition. He'll look. There's the nod with Iliad, especially that connection of the Falcon, of them being able to, and he touches his head to Iliad's, and there's that recognition, even that in that brotherhood that they held, that was very special to them. Being able to pass by Pim Pam, and there's this, they didn't really know each other too much. But there's this,
I've grown.
and he's got. I mean, he's still 7 feet tall, right? So he's still massive, and so the hand goes on your head, and it's almost like the scuff on top of the head, right? It's almost but it's more than that. There's a well done on top of that.
And for a moment, Pim Pam's eyes are gonna like hit a slightly brighter blue, like you might remember. Maybe it's partly the light of this place, or maybe it's just that moment of just recognition, like this is what you would remember and see, and just her eyes just lighting up with that.
Yeah, and I would say Arkeero's golden eye glows right back at you, right? So there's gonna be that connection of the eyes. He passes by Aurora, and there's the kinship, even through that he felt through Quinn, and being able to recognize her, and he holds her hand, and as he passes by, and it's just this slight grasp, and the wing kind of comes around her shoulders, kind of comes out. And for Brick, he stands right next to Brick, and there's this moment of this brotherhood solidarity. He matches his breathing with Brick. There's this hand on top of the shoulder. And then I get the shoulder hit, right? Soldiers on the back. And he doesn't say it. He doesn't say it, but you know that is, I'll miss you, brother. I love you, brother. That's what it is. And it would feel familiar, right? He doesn't need to say it. And he walks up behind Quinn, and he puts his arm around on Quinn's shoulder. His wings kind of come around him. It is time, little one. Our time is done here. My time is done here. I know. I know. We did what we came to do. It's not what I thought it was going to be. But we did it. We did it together. We did it as one. We did. It is your job now, little one, to protect. I will no longer be with you. Know in your heart all that you have learned from us. Have hope. Have hope more than anything else. That is your greatest weapon against this darkness. Give hope to others. to make them stronger. That is our way. I will. I love you, brother. And I you, little one. With that, Arkeero will step forward. No tears this time. Quinn understands. Quinn understands. This is not a surprise, I think. He understands that he has a lot of growing up to do. But he will take on the mantle of protector and healer, whatever that means, at whatever cost.
For doing two voices. Well done. I was like,
Give Dan.
is he going to
how
get the
many
wrong
of these?
accent? No.
No.
That's fine.
That was great.
So, as he steps forward, I think taking a little control, Arkeero is going to put his hand out. Aurora, you feel your mandate rise up in you. So, hopefully at the end, you'll pass judgment on Arkeero for his final passing. But Arkeero reaches out to Quinn. And I think you know what he's asking for.
Yeah, his hand will come out, will reach out to me, and you do not need that anymore. Release it. Become new. Be reborn. And I think from Arkeero's hand will come a thread. And it will reach, and the thread, the golden thread, will reach out and it'll be to his side. And Quinn will see it and he'll start to pull on the thread. And hand after the other until he's having a really hard time breathing, and he eventually, in an exhale, pulls out the all-consuming flame. And it's there on the other side of the thread.
It's still barely flickering.
Yeah.
Just barely holding on.
And he looks at his mom. And she nods. And he releases it to Arkeero. And as he releases it, all of the dragon that was a part of his body kind of falls away and follows the all-consuming flame. From his leg, his tail, his horns change back into those antlers. His legs turn into the satyrs, the hoofed feet. He turns into what you saw during the deity battle. He turns into the Prince of the Wood. And the dragon falls off from him and goes into the all-consuming flame. And as that happens, he also, you can see his physical body as he kind of stands. He stands taller. He's aged. He's in his probably late 20s, early 30s now. And he's a man. And the all-consuming flame goes with Arkeero.
Arkeero takes it and almost shields it from being blown out as it gets smaller and smaller, and he holds it and he looks to Aurora and he nods.
Aurora would walk up and give him a hug first. dearest friend, thank you. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't even believe in myself. It's time. And her eyes are gonna turn white. I am the white eye that watches. I am the hand of doom. Rest now, O weary soul, and face thy judgment due.
Her voice echoes as it says that, and a portal opens to the Sea of Stars as the grass of the field of Adalia kind of transitions into the water of the Sea of Stars. As Arkeero is stepping forward.
Brick will just stare out. And if there's a chance to like make eye contact if Arkeero turns back.
Oh yeah. There's definitely a final farewell look for sure for each of you.
Brick looks right at Arkeero and says what he whispered to his body after he fell. Just as like a knowing nod. And all the echoes for Brick, what it means, and what Arkeero has represented to Brick in this world. Just looks at him. I love you too, brother.
Arkeero once kind of shifts his eyes ever so slightly. And he, with his eyes, he motions to Quinn. And you just get this sense that there are brothers still to be found. It's never going to be the same. It's never going to be... You're not going to have the same connection with everybody. But there are still brothers to be found. Hope. Arkeero wants to leave you with hope.
Anybody else want to do a goodbye? Or describe a look or anything?
Yes, but I'm not exactly sure. However, here's what I'm thinking. For Iliad, it's... I don't know how... You know, he does something to hint at grape jelly. Let's put it that way. With like a smirk or something. Just hoping for another roll of the eyes before he leaves.
I think there is that because both of you get the sense, especially with the all-consuming flame being coddled gently in Arkeero's claws. This is not the last you will see of each other. The two of you specifically.
I don't know, I felt like almost like it's like subconscious for Iliad, but is there like a pulse, like a flame pulse from the falcon or something that like pulses out? Maybe it's completely invisible, but it's felt by Arkeero. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But that was just kind of what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's the goofy kind of moment where Iliad's trying to find a word, and it goes too long. And that's when Arkeero kind of rolls his eyes. But then you feel that, and your flame tattoos kind of light up for a second, and you realize in that moment, you know where Arkeero's going. And you haven't seen you specifically haven't seen the last of him. Anything for Pim Pam?
Pim's gonna give a cheeky wink.
Yeah, that's what Arkeero does.
It's like you learned nothing. I had this great moment. I Okay.
It's just got alien Pimpam.
Yeah.
It's just going down. That's perfect, though. As you then sigh, and also with that sigh, both lovingly and teasingly to Pimpam, there's that release. Do you want to say anything else, Aurora? Do you feel that was perfect? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a sigh, and Arkeero lays back into the water. And I think for Arkeero, also thinking of the final stanza of the Dromkin in the 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕𝒆𝒂𝒔 𝑮𝒖𝒊𝒂𝒂, you are fulfilling the final thing in there. And he rides his way to the center ring at Marosha's throne, and still the whole time holding the all-consuming flame, and reaches, and the flower that opens is the new one that was birthed with the phoenix. This white flame flower opens up, and it's Aurora's mother, who is the gatekeeper, who lets Arkeero in, and he enters into a small castle in the sky that is floating in the Imperial realm, which was once the realm of the dragon. And beneath, there is a war going on between the forces that have sided with the Reformist and Saint Neri and those few that follow the Phoenix. And the Phoenix is, as Arkeero walks in, the Phoenix is in his half-bird, half-human form, sitting on his throne, waiting for you. And I'm hoping you'll present what you have carried as a crowning of who the Phoenix is. How do you think Arkeero would do that as he walks in?
Oh, it's interestingly, I would do it the same way that the Falcon presented himself to the dragon when he came in.
Yes.
Total prostrate and just his wings out, just giving himself, being completely vulnerable, and being able to lift the flame up before his head, right? The absolute pure reverence of, you're it. This is yours, and being able to have that, and not wanting to lift his head in reverence until he's called, knowing he will be there forever if he needs to be, right? Understanding the sacrifice that the Falcon gave to become the Phoenix, the sacrifice that he's giving right now, you know. So I think Arkeero would just be in that pure reverent state.
That's beautiful. The Phoenix takes the all-consuming flame from you and holds it for a moment and brings it into him, and all the fire in him actually collapses in for a moment to where he's almost not glowing anymore, and he's just this Scolari-like looking person, and it goes in the flame, and then the flame just explodes again, and he puts it inside of himself, and he says, "Rise, Saint Arkeero. Welcome to the Resistance." And
It's great.
now you guys have a bunch of deities you can talk to as I recover. So, yeah, I know it's tough to go from there, but
Quinn would step up to his mom. I think Quinn would probably move first, as his new form. And this is in all intents and purposes a true form of Quinn, right? And he is seeking his final role and responsibility. And I think he would look at his mom, and he'd one by one look at the deities that were standing there, and he would say, "Hello, my name is Quinn. Prince of the Wood, son of the All Mother, and brother to the late Saint Arkeero. I am at your service.
I like the idea that the Phoenix looks at you and says, "Welcome to the Resistance, young Quinn. There is much we need to discuss. And I think rest is overdue for us all." We are at war. I think those elder than me can explain better. But whatever was once the Destroyer has returned, and is more powerful than he ever was. He is waging a war on every front. Every realm of existence is under threat. And as of now, I do not think we know exactly what move to make. So I want to kind of meta-wise open it up to the floor for you guys, both as players and characters, to ask any questions, to kind of feel out what your next steps will be, as we'll enter a challenge event after this and a time skip, covering probably a year or more, possibly more, where you are on the defensive and trying to save and protect what there is left of the world you remember. Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Brick would want to just share, if we're kind of like meta
Yeah.
conversing this, Brick would want to basically exposition dump his entire side of the story. And
I like that a lot. Should we bring the priority module in as a way to, not specifically what we're talking about, but to start that conversation?
We still have that thing?
It's with Nori.
It's with Nori.
just, and I was specifically,
Or does it end with that?
probably ends with that, I would think.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking Brick just, especially the grandfather, because he's seems to be the most approachable.
Yes. Yeah. He gives off the least grandiose vibes.
Yeah, it's like the
resting Maroche face.
now without an arm.
Yeah. Even better.
But yeah, just he with B here, it's like this is now his home, so he wants to lay it out for people what he knows and where he came from, and he trusts his family. He trusts his family here, so if his family trusts these people, he doesn't really have a choice, and he's just gonna have hope and commit himself to this. So I want him to like basically walk through where he came from, why he's here, everything on the glass, the corruption of people on the glass, and just open it to them to say this is where I came from, and I don't know if I brought something or what, but this is what we were dealing with in the place that I come from.
Do we want to do slightly meta where you guys can ask questions for Ryan to answer, potentially, to fill in the players a little? Yeah, David would like, yes. But, or do you, I think that might be the most efficient way
Yeah.
to do it. So it's in
I mean, is
game.
this pants down and everything?
Story.
Or-
He has.
I say that.
Moons you.
It is in canon that was requested. Just for Austin.
Yes.
But yeah, I do want to use this. I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but I do want to use this as a way for a little bit of info dump if needed. But if there's anything you guys think, because in game, Brick's telling the whole story,
So through that, what you're saying,
or at least as
finding,
much as he remembers, and from his perspective, of course, too.
I guess one of my questions is sitting here thinking, it sounds like there's a connection between the white dragon turning into the destroyer or whatever did that, and what was on the ship. Is that
It wasn't just on the ship.
right? Sorry, because whatever was going on in Jadar was somehow happened on the ship. Correct.
And it wasn't just Jadar.
It was the whole universe.
It was.
I
the
wonder if we
universe.
do this just because I prefer it. Let's do this in character as if the story's done,
Okay.
and you guys are getting clarification on anything, because you guys have heard the memories and everything too. So yeah, you could literally
Okay.
Iliad can literally be asking this, and Brick can answer.
Okay. So, are you saying then that whatever took over the glass is somehow connected to the destroyer?
I don't know. I don't know that. All I know is everyone where I come from, everyone was going to be dead within a decade. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Everybody was fading. A lot of people close to me had the very thing that I'm seeing here. And it was bad. Bad enough that we couldn't keep it under wraps anymore. So I don't know. I don't know if we brought it here. I don't know if it's a disease or what, but same thing.
Grandfather will speak up. It is an unraveling of existence. I do not think, fret not, young spaceman. I do not think that you purposefully brought it here, nor that it would not have come another way if you had not done what you did, your people. It is certainly that we sent it to you. How that happened, I know not. Did it jump streams? In some way, we seem connected. There is the mark of the primal dragons upon you. Before the stream flowed, they made many beautiful artworks. Man, one of them. You bear the mark of their creation. Was their presence not felt in the world you came from?
There was nothing like we see here. Nothing.
We may never know. Their sacrifice protected us for many years, but it was not enough. And whatever happened, the Destroyer has become something more. He seeks the heart of Daiatos to consume it. He claims to be the god of gods. This was all a test to prove himself. I know not if it is true. Though that he be before the song, that I doubt very much. Though I suppose not even Dietos could answer that question for sure.
Is he still there where I came from?
I do not know for sure. But the fact that he is facing us on every realm. And there's a moment where he flinches for a second. You actually see all the deities flinch as they are in war with him right now, and you're just seeing this aspect of them. I would not be terribly surprised. Perhaps it was a testing ground for him, as it does not seem that our effects are quite the same, at least not yet. The land itself is dying. He seeks to drink the stream whole and consume the heart in one foul bite. And if he does, we all will be no more. Not dead, but no more.
So is there no way out? I mean, is he meant to just destroy it all?
That is his claim. I think the Falcon speaks up. As long as the resistance stands, we will not allow that. As long as we have fight in our hearts, we will stop it. He has no domain. He has no foundation. He is but a consumer, a devourer. There must be a way to stop him. We just do not know it yet. For now, I think we must defend that which we know, protect, surround it. I have hope in my heart. And he touches where the all-consuming flame was placed back in him. That the primal dragons did not forsake. They are not fully destroyed. Or at least, they have some effect that we have not seen. I will not give up hope. And Grandfather kind of stands up on his hammer. Nor I, young Phoenix, nor I.
Nor I, for sure. So what do we do?
We need to gather everyone together. We need to focus. We will do that in each realm, in every realm, and so it lies to you to gather those who are still fighting in the temporal realm. It is going to take everything we have in all of us. For now, we are on the defensive. We must learn, we must study, and we must protect what is left. For you, that means protecting the people and the places that you can. For us, it is protecting our domains and our realms. And seeking knowledge. If there is a way to undo what he is doing. What we did last time clearly was not enough. But at least we know the process works. We need to gather forces together so that we can make an assault. I think Idalia speaks up. There is one thing that is unknown. I saw it during the meeting. From your ship. You are in possession of it. And she kind of waves her hand, and like vines and flowers grow up, and an image of the priority module shows up. My son saw it with his own eyes. There is potential of life in this thing. There is something in there. Of what value does it hold to you? Is it something we could use? Or is it something we must destroy?
I have to pee so bad.
I was like, oh, this is getting deep here. We're going somewhere.
That's a brick quote.
Can't you just pee in your
He's been
suit?
telling this whole story.
Ajax would tell him right now, sir, there's a catheter. Just go. But he forgot because Ajax is not there really, and so he doesn't remember. Open bay doors. Open bay doors.
You can pee, buddy.
I don't want to miss any of this.
I thought you were. I thought he was gonna pull a cup out of somewhere and just.
That's
Just go.
I mean,
Let's
Queen grows
we'll
an
cut
acorn.
when
we're
Ryan
gonna have
comes.
to cut because I actually have to pee too because I've been drinking this
loads of.
and this and everything. On the plus side, though, my headache has diminished. So
Good.
Praise the
Carry on.
Lord.
just do that. So.
Hope.
Wait, I just want to clarify. The
Yes.
destroyer was the same thing that it served Adalia and Marosha.
Yes.
And it was a destroyer, but to help bring things back around in the cycle.
Yes. The original, he was like a Jinn. So harkening back to our holiday thing, I am gonna leave this all in. So this is part of it. They can pee, and this is for you guys. But yeah, so he was a spirit, a Jinn that dealt with the cycle of life, and this is where the moss and the fungus flavor
they break
comes
down.
in. That was his thing. He was just this small thing, and over time grew. Nobody really, I mean, you know, there's reasons he became obsessed with thinking he was more than that and desiring power and growing in that. And he became the destroyer by consuming souls and getting people to worship him and building up his own domain and becoming a god, going from a Jinn to a god, and then taking on the other gods and trying to destroy them in just this brute force war that decimated the world, which was the age of the War of Attrition, lasted for 2 millennia. And then the gods were able, in a meeting, to stop him, and this is why there are no more Jinn, except for a few evil ones that stick around, but people don't operate in that way anymore. There are people like you guys who are avatars, and paladins and clerics came about because the deities made this agreement. This is how we're going to function now. And that was after they destroyed him, and the primal dragons and the white dragon was supposed to go with them and to destroy them. And they passed beyond reality.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We're doing a little meta download.
And the white dragon then, because he was, what, like the tier above the falcon, correct?
Yes. Yeah, he
And
was a
he
child
was-
of the primal dragons. He was like the second generation of deities.
So he was, and this is back from the episode that you guys did with Adam, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He somehow
He never
was
went all the
consumed
way.
by.
Well, that you guys
persuaded?
don't know.
We just don't know.
Persuaded. Yeah, he would travel to the void constantly, and in doing so, when Brick, this is something I think you guys with the deities could make this out. When Brick ship came through, something
who?
came.
When what?
When Brick ship came through,
Oh, brick ship. Okay.
it's not so much, and this is grandfather's perspective. It's not so much that Brick ship brought it. It was more that Brick ship was brought along with something that was coming here.
Are we live? Just
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna,
Hey,
we were
sorry.
talking a little
Live?
meta.
And we,
We've been
can't-
streaming this whole time. I mean,
I pee right there.
Iliad has another question,
Yes.
but I don't think Iliad would know to ask it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll just ask it. But it's not a different dimension that
Where
Jadar
Brick came from?
Yeah,
No, it's an entire different universe.
it is a different universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that grandfather that's what he's come to believe. And that's why
Okay.
talking with Pim Pam before about the different streams he believes there is, from what he has gathered,
streams,
there's like
okay.
a source of all things. And out of it, different
Come
streams
different- okay.
flow. You guys are the
He
on
somehow
one stream.
Jumped streams.
Brick will explain that what Jadar was trying to do.
Yeah, this is good.
Jadar was trying to figure out what was going on, that people were just ceasing to exist from a conscious perspective. 𝒂𝒐areal syndrome just was popping up everywhere, and they were just trying to suppress the fact of how much it was happening. They kept trying to make everyone believe that it's this really rare thing that typically only the 𝒂𝒏𝒏 are experiencing, but they couldn't hide the fact that, okay, humans are actually starting to experience this. There were a lot of theories about what it was. Some people thought that it was something about the structure of our portion of the universe where life exists now. Like something about it, life was allowed to exist, but once it reaches a certain complexity, it starts to collapse in on itself. So there were a lot of competing theories within the like high level Jadar scientific community, but most people, almost everyone agreed that it had to do with something fundamental to the universe itself. So something about the laws and subphysical rules of the universe. Something about once consciousness reached a certain point, it started collapsing. So the assumption was, because it was more frequent in the 𝒂𝒏𝒏, who had a way of communicating subphysically via consciousness, they thought that it must have something to do with the subphysical forces that were at work during that communication, which is like it bubbles up to be the force of like dark energy. So there was a push to see if we could get outside of this area of dark energy and dark matter. As dark energy is expanding our universe, it might be. This is getting like super.
I was just thinking, this is sci-fi in my brain,
Yeah.
but I like it.
Sci-fi is
Jadar's
now a
trying to
verb.
To get beyond.
Get beyond the expansion.
So
beyond the
as
expansion.
as Jadar sees that our universe is expanding at an exponential rate, the energy that's causing this expansion seems to be connected with the subphysical energy that is allowing
𝒂𝒏𝒏.
the 𝒂𝒏𝒏 to communicate
Right.
Okay.
via consciousness. So the hope that Jadar had is that the exponentially accelerating universe is actually a not a hologram, but a what's it called when not a mirror image, when something isn't actually
Projection?
like a projection of something that isn't actually happening. So if they could get outside of, because if like a carnival glass type of deal, where if it just looks like the universe is expanding and we could get outside of this area where the
we'd see
laws
that
and
it
rules
wasn't.
are in such a way where it's causing all these subatomic particles to act the way they do, maybe that's where we need to go, and maybe that's where consciousness actually came from.
So you guys were feeling that Jadar was in the shadow universe, and you would jump out of the shadow universe into the real universe.
No, that's not even what Jadar thought. Jadar thought that it was a pocket within the universe, such that if we could just go fast enough to get out of this pocket,
Right.
we would be outside of this specific concentration of dark energy or dark
Almost
matter.
like a galaxy. within.
Yeah, or like a
Like, not
cloud.
really.
Like we're in
Right,
this
yeah,
cloud
yeah,
where
yeah.
it looks
Okay.
like things are really close together, but
Only the
they're not.
nerds will love this.
Sorry,
I
I'm so
love
sorry.
it. I
I'm
love
eating it
but-
up. This
yeah.
is great stuff.
Hey, I'm not even
we'll
that
do some
versed
more-
in it, but I like it.
You gotta
So-
swim
but-
upstream to go into the other one.
Like you can think about it that way, where like Jadar has spent centuries building warp drives, which use like the flow of water in a specific direction or not, but it's slow. In comparison to like the actual distance of the visible universe. So what Jadar did with the glass was actually make something that could plug into the acceleration of the universe itself and actually get out of where the acceleration stops. And the hope was that we would be able to escape like this, like we're at the at the bottom of the stream and we're able to get to where the water isn't flowing anymore, which is what Jadar was hoping.
Yeah.
I think-
was
Wait. There's
destroying us.
I'm certain there's a whole bunch of bass fishermen out there that were like, oh, gotcha.
Bass specifically.
Our one
Why
bass
bass?
fisherman viewer.
Making it more
salmon.
serious and focusing it in. As Brick is kind of explaining, like starting to go into the nerd science stuff, and like some people are paying attention, some it's glossing over and whatever. But as you're talking about escaping and getting to a new place, yes,
That does key in a little bit for where Pim Pam's head is as well. So I just want to give you where she is at. So kind of reflecting the council meeting, she is just like sitting next to grandfather and just listening, taking it in and demonstrating like that patience, that care, that looking to understand what it is that everyone is bringing to the table and trying to understand what it is that Brick is saying. So but her mind is very much on this idea of escape, as that's been a piece of her activity in getting people out of situations. So go ahead. I just want to kind of give you like where she is at, both mentally and just like posturally.
Idalia, as you're talking, is listening, and she walks over, and the portal that she made to look at the priority module actually passes across it, and it's almost like it's in the field with you guys. And she reaches out and touches it, and tears start falling down, which look very much like water starting to fill those cracks and the burns where it's all ash and burned away on her face. And she just touches it, and she looks at Brick. So, your mission was not a success. I am so sorry. I fear I know what this is now. I know not what should be done. I think probably the memory.
Yeah.
It's always like I got dragged.
Hold on, I gotta pee.
No!
No.
Pee in your dream.
So we get another Brick memory.
I think
This
I
is the
know.
right one this time.
Do you know? Because I think I know.
For a moment,
That's
I
not
thought
this.
that was the intro sound.
thought
Yeah,
it
I was
was
like,
too,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
King shows up?
Okay, Corporal, get me a sit down with the anvil. I want to know when the glass is dry run ready.
Got it, sir.
Sergeant, get me that team schedule when it's settled.
Yes, sir.
Commander.
I want us to get the floors as muddy as possible before we're
Commander.
anywhere near lodge.
Okay.
Okay, get me.
Commander,
B?
I need to speak with you.
Hold on. Sergeant, if the glass isn't ready for
Commander,
B, what is going on?
I need to speak with you.
Sir?
Just get me that schedule and sit down.
Yes, sir. what is wrong with you?
I need you to come with me now.
B, what's gotten into you?
I need you to see something.
See what?
And I need you to answer my questions clearly and honestly.
What are you talking about?
A knock would have been nice. I may well have been lacking pants.
Ajax, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in storage.
Well, I technically am in storage.
Ajax, please reopen the schematic.
Wait, hold on.
Opening.
Hold on. Wait, is that the glass? Ajax, you need to be scanned if anyone clears you out of storage. This is classified.
I'm still there, Commander. There just may be a backdoor through the logging system that I can communicate through.
Wait, what? You didn't tell anyone?
I informed the first person I contacted immediately, and have followed her instructions on the matter since.
Her? Oh, B, have you been using Ajax off the books?
The books haven't been violated. Everything is still secure, I assure you. We're using the tunneling computation designed for the engines.
But he'll degrade if he isn't installed in the armor, in me.
No, he has a minimum limit of 48 functional hours before dissociative degradation begins. We stay under that utilization window between your armor tests for reintegration.
Oh, if Intel finds out about this, I'm gonna have
Commander, this is more important.
What? Whoa. Hold on, B, you're supposed to be working on the warp engine simulations. This is the global schematic for the glass.
I was running simulations, but I needed some environmental data for the engines, and Dr. Posh was being his usual unhelpful self.
B, I don't even have full access to the global schematic. This is supposed to be locked down in an encrypted database for the Synod's eyes only.
Well, I didn't know that.
How did you get this?
I didn't get it. I asked for it.
Asked who? Ajax?
I'm here to serve. And she asked very nicely.
Ajax, wait, how did you get it?
I asked very nicely.
Asked who?
The encrypted database.
Oh my, this is too far, B. You cannot.
Commander, I assure you, I'm aware of the position I'm in, but what disturbs me even more is what I found. Now, please, I need to show you something.
What?
Look!
I don't know what I'm looking at.
This is a module on the glass, hidden from every schematic except the global one.
So, what? It looks like some kind of storage.
Yes. Cryo storage.
For what? Us?
Look closer, Commander.
That's...
Cryogenic wombs. Hundreds, maybe thousands. Sperm and egg is suspended, ready for automatic fertilization.
This can't be right.
We've pored over this schematic. I know what I'm looking at.
I can attest, Commander. There is no mistake.
Commander, I need to know why. Why is Jadar breaking its own fiercely enforced law?
I don't know.
I have only been able to conjure up more and more disturbing possibilities. Please, Commander. Please. I need your honesty now more than ever. Please tell me what this is about.
I don't know. I don't know, B. I've never seen this. I don't know what this is.
That doesn't make me feel better.
Look, there must be an explanation. Things are classified for a reason.
A reason, yes. But not necessarily a noble one. I understand the importance of this mission. I understand what's at stake. But you need to know, there are some lines that I will not cross.
No, Jadar wouldn't... What? Like what? What could this mean?
I have many theories. Genetic research, or a retaliation DNA virus, or cloning.
What? No, that's...
But, looking at the big picture, there's another possibility. Disturbing in a quite different way. It could be a population seed.
You mean?
This ship, this mission, this team, if we're taking the seeds of life itself, it may not just be indefinite. The intent may be...
that we never come home at all.
I need to know, Commander. I need to... Are we never coming back?
No. Look. I'll see what I can find out. Do not say a word to anyone about any of this. Just stay with me. We'll figure this out.
Idalia speaks. Why did the necromancers desire this? The more I wonder, the more disturbed I become. And this has been another fantastical episode of BombSquad, an Avenue Studios production. Do give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure. You can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing force known as Avenue Studios by joining our locals and Patreon community. Doing so not only helps us continue to create high-quality content, but you also gain access to bonus content, as well as our private Discord, where you can chat with us, play games, West March Kingmaker, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and so much more. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for the sound, music, and ambience that we use, as well as Dadbod Fitness, Adam from the Uniplanar Crossroads, and all our other content creator friends. Thank you so very much for joining the adventure, and we will see you next time. You better come back. All right, bye.